Thanks for staying with us. Now, day 3 of the state's assembly session in the city began with a repeat of a walkout by the opposition, echoing the demands that they stood by yesterday of revoking the suspension of 9 MLAs for their unruly behavior on the first day of the session. But all of this was settled for the day and peace restored when Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin passed a resolution facilitating the revocation, which was then sealed after a voice vote.
இந்த அவையிலே முழுவதும் பேசி வெளியேற்றப்பட்டவர்களை வைத்து இந்த அவையிலே பேச முடியாது. வெளியேற்றப்பட்டவர் பிசினஸ் அட்வைசரி கமிட்டியில் கலந்து கொண்டு தங்களுடைய நிலையை விளக்குவார்களானால் தாங்கள் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளலாம்.
நீங்கள் அந்த நடவடிக்கையை எடுத்திருக்கின்றீர்கள். அவர்கள் மீண்டும் ஜனநாயக கடமைகளை ஆற்றுவதற்கு உரிய நடவடிக்கையாக மாண்புமிகு சட்டப்பேரவைத் தலைவர்கள் நீங்கள் அளித்த அந்த உத்தரவினை திரும்ப பெற்று அவர்கள் தொடர்ந்து இந்த சட்டமன்ற கூட்டத்தில் கலந்து கொண்டு பணியாற்றுவதற்கு உரிய வாய்ப்பினை உருவாக்கி தர வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றேன்.
But today's walkout even irked the Chief Minister Karunanidhi when he turned the heat on the left parties for joining hands with his political arch rivals, the AIADMK.
பேராசர் உள்ளிட்ட 9 திமுக சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் அதற்காக நம்முடைய இந்திய கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சியோ மார்க்சிஸ்ட் கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சியோ வெளியிலே பெரிய போராட்டத்தை நடத்திவிடவில்லை. இதுபோல அவர்கள் வலியுறுத்தி அடுத்தடுத்து சட்டப்பேரவை கூட்டங்களிலே கேட்கவில்லை. இது வரலாறு. ஆனால் இன்றைக்கு அவர்கள் வலியுறுத்துகின்ற இந்த கோரிக்கைக்கு நான் முன்கூட்டியே சொல்லிவிட்டேன். பதில் அண்ணா வழியிலே நடைபெறுகின்ற இந்த அரசு நடந்தவைகளை மறந்துவிட்டு நடப்பவைகள் நல்லவைகளாக இருக்கட்டும் என்பதற்காக அவர்களை திரும்ப அவைக்கு வந்து ஒத்துழைக்க வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றேன்.
மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள் பெருந்தன்மையோடு பரிந்துரைத்த கருத்திற்கிணங்க பேரவை நடவடிக்கைகளிலிருந்து நீக்கி வைக்கப்பட்ட அஇஅதிமுக கட்சியைச் சேர்ந்த 9 உறுப்பினர்களையும் 12/1/2011 புதன்கிழமை நாள் முதல் பேரவை நடவடிக்கைகளில் கலந்து கொள்ளலாம் எனும் தீர்மானத்தை முன்மொழிகிறேன்.
Well, moving on to other news, development, but at what cost? That is the question hundreds of slum dwellers are now raising after an RTI application by a fisherman living along the coastline has shown that once they are evicted, the area will be developed into a prime commercial hub. The issue of displacement has begun to have ripple effect already, and our reporter Kuku Alex brings you the agony of the poor fisherfolk.
யாருக்குமே வீடு இல்ல. நாங்க எதுங்க இருக்கோம்? இத்தனை வருஷமா இத்தனை காலமா எல்லாரும் இருக்கோம். எல்லாருக்கும் வீடு கொடுக்கணும்னா யாருக்கு வீடு இல்லாம என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க?
You are hearing the voices of residents in Nochikuppam who are on the verge of being evicted after they resorted to a road roko after allegedly facing discrimination in being given alternative accommodation. It was an RTI filed by a resident of the Urul-Kuppam that exposed the government's plans to collaborate with certain private consultants to hand over land reserved for low-income housing to commercial developers. To the well-off, the very idea of a theatre and a 5-star multiplex right next to the beach might be a great idea. But to these people living over here, that throws their entire future into uncertainty, and they don't even know yet that they may be evicted anytime. Their plight has had a ripple effect, and residents of Srinivasapuram and Pattanampakkam now wonder if they too would be in a similar situation when their turn for relocation arrives.
What is the mistake they're doing? One is it's coastal area, and you are calling Chennai beach is one of the second world's longest, a beautiful beach. Now one is you're spoiling the environment, and more importantly, the fishermen, definitely this kind of commercial activities, especially buildings, that is going to be exploited, the land is going to be exploited, is going to be against their interest.
I think that this is extremely perverted considering the fact that the government is currently kicking out the poor from the city in the name of beautification and infrastructure development to places very far away, far removed from the places of work or from the children's schools. And the pretext under which they're doing this is by saying that the city does not have any space to accommodate the poor. But if that is the case, how did the government find the ability to clear out 29.32 acres and hand it over to the rich?
The issue of displacement is not new to the city, and until an ecosystem is developed which is capable of supporting livelihoods in areas people are transplanted to, the challenges of pleasing everyone will remain. In Chennai, with inputs from Peer Mohammed, this is Kuku Alex for NDTV Hindu.
Now, superstar Rajinikanth may have stopped taking the fag on screen after crossing swords with the PMK founder Ramados during the release of the film Baba in 2002. Then, in 2008, came a ban on smoking in public places that was enforced on Gandhi Jayanti. The idea of all this being, well, to make a healthy world for both smokers and the passive smokers, but it is now mostly forgotten. Our crime reporter Salim walked down the streets of Chennai to find out whether the ban still holds good.
Years after the ban, kicking the butt is yet to be stopped, especially in public places. People continue to puff in bus stops, hotels, railway stations, school zones, in front of the Secretariat, and even in front of the High Court. Study says at least 1 million Indians die every year succumbing to their smoking habits.
People in the IT sector, especially the productive group, they are consuming more cigarettes. And so many surveys shows the report that because of a stress and strain, they consume tobacco and take cigarettes.
Experts say clearly the central government's ban has gone up in smoke. We hit the roads in the Chennai's IT corridor where people publicly go for their nicotine fix openly and violate the law.
To be frank, nobody is strictly following this. So no comments.
Because I have some allergic problem. That's why when somebody smokes, it irritates me.
Former Union Health Minister Dr. Anbumani, who spearheaded the campaign to ban smoking in public places, says it's all because central and state governments cannot be bothered to make an effort.
See, the lobby is prevailing. Tobacco lobby is prevailing over. And you see now, your Pongal greetings have been put up at ITC, Godfrey Phillips, all these things, and they're having surrogately sponsoring programs. But I feel the central government is very lethargic on this issue. Knowingly or unknowingly, I don't know.
Authorities agree that only a few cases are booked. 32,000 smokers have been booked and only 40 lakh rupees collected as penalty in the 2 years since the ban came into place. But the numbers could be much bigger if monitoring were to be in place.
When people light up in public places, they also expose others to passive smoking. Will the authorities take the ban seriously and help the public stay healthy? In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Well, up ahead, this holiday weekend, will Vijay make sure we have a bodyguard in place to shield us from the bombing box offices? Find out when we come back.